And you went from winning 3 125 national titles in a row, blam, to 500 national class. Didn't mess with the 250s. Yamaha put you straight into the 500. Mm-hmm. How crazy was that going from the 125 class to the 500s?
Yeah, I get to chuckle about that a little bit. It was definitely something our top Japanese liaison at the time, he was highly opposed to it. And he just thought it was absolute insanity to throw a 125 rider on a 500 right off the bat. Mm-hmm. The 500 two-strokes were known. I mean, it was the man's class, no question about it. It was the premier class, powerful bikes, not so controllable. And so I remember the very first time we went and tested those bikes. And I was just highly concentrating on getting the suspension set up, getting the bike set up. I really didn't care about lap times, like does this shock feel good, or I was just total bike setup. Yeah. And I remember him coming. It's like, Broc, Broc's not. Are you sure you want to do 500s? It's not too late to go to a 250.
Yeah.
Like, geez, give me a break. I've only been on the bike one day. Give me another day or two. And so I remember in the very first national, it was Southwick, which is a sand track again. I don't know why, but Southwick I won many times on. I think I won the first 6 or 8 motos I ever raced at Southwick, which makes zero sense. And I went 1-1 at the first national on a 500. And I remember coming off the track afterwards, and I said, "Hey Max, are you sure? You think I still should ride 125s?" And then the next week was, I think, Mount Morris, and I went 1-1 again. So the first 4 motos, I won all 4, and I actually kept, each time I come off the track with a win, I was tongue-in-cheek, kidding, but kind of just I was having fun with it. I kept reminding him about his thought that I should not be on the 500. So, but I loved the 500 bikes, and it took a lot of control to ride them. And
okay, so you were in the works bike era, right?
Yep. So in the beginning of my 500s, yeah. 2 of the years, yeah.
But it was still air-cooled, right?
It was, and that's where the old air hammer came from.
Yeah.
The first Yamaha was, the engine configuration was very short stroke with a large piston, and the piston was like 92 millimeters, and the stroke was in the low 60s. And it had a power valve, and so when the power valve would close, it would increase the compression, and as the engine got hotter and hotter during the race, then that it was detonating, and you could hear the bike from a mile away rattling, and it got to be a real problem. Actually, in the latter part of the moto, the bike would detonate, and it would surge, and it became really difficult to even modulate the brakes, and if you're on a slippery corner, the thing was lurching and detonating. And so I ended up, partway through the series, I was complaining enough about it with my mechanic that John R. we disconnected the power valve.